Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today was very special. Why? Because we're rethinking again about how we work, why we work, and what legacy we want to leave behind. And for this, all the questions behind, we like to introduce you to someone special, the most wanted person in finance industry already here. Please welcome Sisi.
So, as in Winda already mentioned, today's was very special, Ibu, because we've been started in English. It is the first time in our podcast that we are starting in English. So, definitely because Ibu Niha in here. So, welcome, Ibu. It's such an honor and pleasure for us
Thank you,
to have you today. Thank you very much. Ibu Niha, but we heard that today you have some special gift that you're going to share with us. And I heard that it's a poem from Indonesia or pantun. We might be following as a beautiful or cakep, we can translate in beautiful,
Beautiful,
right?
okay.
So first of all, thank you for this opportunity. I would like to wish every viewer Selamat menjalankan ibadah puasa. I know today's session is going to be rather on serious topics about Sharia economy. So if you allow me, I wanted to have a light start and do something which is really viral. I wanted to start with the pantun. Boleh?
Oh, boleh, Ibu, please.
Ibu.
So jalan-jalan bersama Bu Winda.
Cakep.
Ayo belajar ekonomi syariah.
Yay!
Now let's dive further, Ibu, to the economy Sharia. But what we heard today is about economy Sharia is lead to grow as well as. But it could be divided between a dilemma, is it instead of fast or we go to sustainable instead? What do you see in this kind of angle to this matter?
So for me, 100% sustainable growth is the way.
Okay.
You definitely can grow very fast, but I think fast growth with just focus on short-term targets always compromises with something. We are in the business of insurance, where we are making long-term promises about financial security, about protection, about being the support of the families that are going through crisis and uncertain times. I think we cannot compromise with our underwriting principles. We cannot compromise with our claim processes. We have to build processes that might not be fast, might be slow, but definitely more trusted and more sustainable. So for me, yes, you can grow fast, but I think the outcomes are going to be short term.
Okay.
But if you are looking at a long runway of building trust, a long runway of providing protection to your customers, then you are definitely looking at a slower but sustainable path.
Wow, that's very beautiful. Do you have something to say?
Yeah, sure. According to your statement before, what does mean fast growth and also keep that balance into the values of your institution organization?
So allow me to answer this question in 3 lines, right?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So for me, it is growth with prudence.
Oh,
So you should grow, but you should have a framework where you are not compromising with the foundations of the business. It should be ambition, but ambition with certain kind of integrity. So do not just meet your ambition with, not meeting up the expectation of the stakeholders that you have around you. And the last is innovation, but with responsibility. So let's innovate, let's grow fast, let's fail fast, but let's do that with some guardrails so that we do not compromise with the value that we promise to our stakeholders.
Okay, that's very nice. We see we talk about the product as well, Ibu, Afi in here, and then you already mentioned about economy Sharia. How it can be implemented in Afi during the process itself?
With a lot of pride, I'd like to share with AXA Financial Indonesia and how fast growth versus slow sustainable growth has worked for us. So over the last 7 years, we've really transformed AXA Financial Indonesia. From a market position of about 17, we have been able to now, for the agency JV space, been able to put AXA Financial Indonesia in top 5.
wow.
And that has happened with the principles that we have done, that we have followed, that I just mentioned to you. That has been with strong geographical expansion, because Indonesia provides us such a good opportunity to grow. But it has also come with focusing on the foundations, whether it is about our quality of distribution sales force, whether it is about building a customer-centric organization, or it is about making sure that we create service excellence We create processes using digital and AI that creates legacy and not just fulfills our short-term goals.
Oh, really nice. As you mentioned before, as the short-term growth and also the legacy that you want to leave behind your organization, what kind of legacy your imaginations in Indonesia?
I mean, keeping it light, the legacy I want to leave is I don't want in boardrooms people criticizing what I did in 7 years. But on a more serious note, I definitely want to create a legacy which people remember that we as a team in AXA Financial Indonesia had an impact. We fulfilled our promise. We fulfilled our commitment. We had a positive impact on the people that we touched along the way. Financial numbers, market position are important because they are a compass for us to keep growing. But I think what people will remember is not the market position that I have, but how my team came to their rescue when they needed us. How we helped them to prevent, how we helped them to avoid a certain risk, how we helped them to design their financial planning that enabled them to live the life of dreams that they have.
Oh.
I think that's the legacy I want to do. Market share, balance sheet will follow if that compass is right there.
That's really
That's beautiful. Winda, I have to admit,
Yeah.
I'm starstruck with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
presence of Ibu Niha in here because we are living in a country that we must admit that is a patriarchy,
Yeah.
one of patriarchy words. So leader and female is such a very rare occasion we see in such a very high position. What I would like to ask to you about you, Ibu, is it to appear as a female leader in this country? What a kind of leadership philosophy that you would like to share with us? Because it's very, very infectious, the spirit that you bring to here today, and also what we see from you today. Can you share with us?
First of all, thank you for such a warm compliment here. Look, I mean, I really think that Indonesia has been very kind to me. Indonesians have that warm, that genuine love that makes you be just like the Indonesians. The one thing that I think that helped me to be where I am and helped me to sustain this position is being my authentic self.
Oh.
And I think that doesn't change whichever country I would be in. No matter what language you speak, no matter what color of your skin is, no matter what gender you are, people relate to genuine sentiments. People relate to authenticity.
Yes.
That you can read. You can read through my body language even if you don't understand whether I'm authentic, whether I'm being genuine, whether I'm being real, whether I'm vested in your cause, whether what I'm speaking is what I'm going to implement. And I think that's been my principle guiding me in the last 7 years. I start with a very authentic intention. Like they said, my Nia is very clear that I want to really be myself. Being myself means what? That I actually am very happy to start with my weaknesses, then flaunt about my strengths. And that's not only personal, even when it comes to the organization, we never overpromise. We deliver what we promise because there is authenticity that has been built in the culture, which requires immense lot of courage for people, because people need to come up and say, oh, okay, we made a mistake here, or we don't have enough policies here, or we don't have a system, or we don't have a product, which is just okay. So you build courage for people to be more authentic. You encourage people to come up with the weaknesses and shortcomings so that as a team you can build that.
Oh, okay.
Covering it in non-thinking style is not going to take you anywhere. The second thing is always have like your focus. So for us, of course, my mandate was very clear. I wanted to transform the company, turn around the company with the help of the teams, making sure that the Indonesian talents come to my support, and I can then nurture the team, take them forward. But that was my team. But when it comes to my sales force, I wanted to make sure that my distribution sales force thrives, earns more than what they can anticipate. They can develop their career with us. And they can actually do what is, I say, we are in the noble purpose, which is protecting people's dreams, protecting people's lives, protecting them in uncertain times. So all of this, when it comes together, I think the output is very clear. You have a very purpose-led team You have a very team that is believing in very sustainable policies for the future, and the team that keeps customer, society at the center of every decision.
Oh, that's very beautiful.
Oh, wow.
The authenticity and also the purpose itself, it's become very noble what you share with us. Do you have something to?
Yeah, sure. Back to your statement before, when we talk about the genuine and to be true to ourselves, it will make us think a big question right now. You carry a lot of things. What do you think about leader in the highest financial industry in Indonesia, and what makes you you now?
So I think deeply understanding the context that you're operating in really helps to shape your leadership style. In Indonesia, and I'm going to pivot a little bit to the Sharia economy, because I think that's very important to touch upon today. I think operating in the context today where we see a huge protection gap, lower but increasing financial literacy awareness. We see huge potential in 280 million population with 87% of them being Muslim. I think there is a huge untapped opportunity that we all can, really act upon with the right proposition, with the right product, with the right way of selling, with earning the trust of the customer. And Indonesia has the strongest foundation globally for the Sharia economy development, share with the macro numbers that I shared, with the gap that we see, and with such an evolving, mature insurance industry that we have. We are one of the players, and AXA Financial Indonesia is going to participate in this opportunity. We are going to spin off a Sharia unit, a separate Sharia unit, which can then make processes and make foundations to serve our Muslim customers with their preference, with Sharia principles embedded, and make sure that conventional business as well as Sharia business together grow.
Oh, wow. Wow. Back to conventional and also Sharia. What does both of them coexist into your business anyway? Is that possible or not?
So often we talk about this. I think conventional and Sharia business are different. Okay? They are based on different principles. They are based on different mechanisms. Tapi they have the same outcome, right? Providing protection to the customers.
Oh, warm.
Okay. The customers are the same. Their concerns are the same. The risk that we carry in for future is the same. People's dreams are also the same, whether they're Muslim or not, right?
Yes.
Right.
The only way to serve them is the customer's preference on how he would like to be served. So the Sharia principle is about, mutual assistance, risk sharing, and ethical investment, whereas conventional insurance is about risk transfer. But if you see, both aim at providing the right investment advice, right protection advice to the customer. They want to build transparent processes. They want to build ethical investment. So that principle of fairness, mutual cooperation is common. So I think the two companies exist only because of the customer's preference on the religious remit, but I think the end goal is the same.
So in regards to the future, it's the same. The dream is the same. What is the crisis or the challenge might be that you have experienced with during the business process, book that you can share with us, or maybe you can also share with us how you make tough calls during that situation.
See, first of all, you need to remember that when you are taking decisions during crisis, you are just not making decisions in a boardroom, right? Your decisions go much beyond. They affect families, they affect your employees, they affect your distribution sales force, they affect the society that you are in, right? So now the weight that I carry, referring back to the question the weight that you carry here is the weight that you are just not selling a product that is going to be consumed and forgotten about. You're making a promise for the future. So during crisis, when you have an opportunity to kind of make a decision which is going to have far-reaching impact than what you think. I think it's the principle that I follow there is that there are more than one ways of doing a thing. So it is always a collaborative style. definitely whatever we've achieved, it's all because of the big teamwork that we have in AXA Financial Indonesia. We operate with the principle of keluarga.
Oh, nice.
So it's the way we work as a family together. So the decisions are always made. In 7 years, I don't remember more than 2 or 3 decisions that I would have made unilaterally. All decisions are bottom up. All decisions are made by the team together. Because you cannot make a unilateral decision and make a mistake because you only know that much.
Yes.
You only know that much. But when we 3 combine, we bring 3 perspectives, and the chances of that decision, if I make the chances of the decision being wrong is almost like 66%.
Wow.
When you come, it reduces. When you come, then chances are only 36. So if we can have more and more people collaborating to make a good decision for the future, I think that really works. So strong collaboration, organization that is anchored in purpose is very important. The recent crisis that I remember is coming out of COVID, where the health claims really surged for everyone, as you would have read. Medical inflation is on unprecedented, trend. So medical inflation is upwards of 20%. And of course, managing that portfolio, especially for AXA Financial Indonesia, where 50% of our business is health. You can imagine that you have in this crisis, 3 parties, right? You have a customer who wants his claims to be paid. You have hospitals that the customer has gone and used that have to be paid. They have to have the liquidity. And then you have your stakeholders that you promised a profitability to.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So how do you manage all of this?
Yeah.
So breaking that into bits and parts and seeing on which value chain you can have immediate impact and on which you can build a more medium to long-term strategy has been the most important one. For us, we have made sure that our claim process was completely transparent. We did a lot of digital investment, AI investment, to make sure our claims are very clear to our customers. We have partnership with 300 hospitals, and we make sure that claims would take time, but we keep shortening the time period to process them. But the transparency on where the claims are stuck, what documents are needed, are provided 100% digitally to all our customers.
Wow,
So
so
dynamic,
inspiring.
and I love the dynamic as well during the process.
So when I summarize all your statement before, that's really follows by the one word in values of the Islam itself, trust.
Yeah.
What do you think about that words in your business?
In my business, trust is a real growth engine. The industry relies on the customer's trust on. So you see, simply put, people are parting away with their current savings to you with the promise that you will use their savings to pay them when they need it.
Yes.
So that's literally like me asking you, please can you take care of my 50 million, and please can you make sure that when I need this, you can do it. So if you see that transaction between an insurance company and a customer, it's just based on trust. The trust is the foremost thing. And how do you build trust? Not through words, through actions.
Yes.
Sustained investment policies, ethical investment policies, delivering on the value that you do, making this health claim process seamless and visible and transparent. All these are moments of truth that you can then instill trust in your customers.
Oh, nice.
But during the journey, I mean, if I put in myself to put the money for some people, I need to take like 10 times probably to think which one is it.
Yeah.
And you already mentioned that it's time. What is I might say, during your journey, what you've been done? So a lot of people put that trust to earn that trust. What do you do? What did you do until nowadays make the people trust?
First of all is designing products that the customers want, not what the companies want, not what your shareholders want.
See.
So it starts with what does your customer want? And indeed different customers want different. Indonesia is a huge country with like 280 million population. So different segments have different requirements. Understanding, developing customer insights to develop products that they want is key in developing trust. Back in the days, many years back, agents used to push the product. okay, would give you the product and then, share some commissions, and then later and mis-sell, say, oh, you guaranteed double the money, triple the money, and then, when the share market went down, you didn't see that, and there was this whole, the trust left the equation between insurance and the customer. We are trying to rebuild that. As an industry, we are trying to build that at AXA Financial Indonesia. That comes with first the product, like I mentioned to you. Second comes in how you advise the customer. Today we have many products. We have, comprehensive suite of products, whether it is investment, short-term, medium, long-term. We have health product, which is, underwriting at the front, underwriting at the time of claims. We have CI annually renewable, CI long-term. So we have, product innovation has been obviously one of the drivers of this industry. But not all products will talk to you, right? Yeah. Making sure that the distribution sales for who is the intermediary between the insurance company and the customer can propose the right product to the right person. That's the second. So you can manufacture all the products, but if your distribution goes and sells different product with false promises or wrong proposition, then you failed in the first one. The third thing is to be always ahead of the curve when it comes to understanding what your customer wants. Whether it is about digital, whether it is about your, about your programs that you have about prevention. For example, just a few months back, we had the cancer screening free for about 100 potential, 100 customers who could be potentially going through that. So 100 of our customers were given free screening of cancer, and that's how you build the trust too, because we just don't want to pay your hospital bills. We want to be in that value chain much before that. You don't have to pay the hospital bills. You don't have to. So maintaining healthy lifestyle, maintaining an equilibrium. These are all the health talk shows we have. We have apps that can, pivot you towards a certain kind of lifestyle.
And later on, I heard when you speak, it's literally more than business as usual.
It is, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
It's literally
well, let me tell you, business as usual would not keep me so engaged for 7 years.
Regular basis.
I need excitement every Monday.
Oh my God. But I would like to also hear more about your POV or angle to the market of Indonesia. A lot of people saying that we are leading to growth or more fast and something that more prominent in the future, promising in the future. How you see that? Do you agree with that? I mean, including your industry?
So, honestly, last few years haven't been great. So our insurance industry has shown, stagnant growth. I mean, to no growth. There has been a little bit of decline in the new business. But I think there will be a course correction. Because if you see the macro indicators, they are intact. There is huge population, there is a protection gap, there are insurers like us making the right products, there is a recovery in the financial sector we see. So I do think that we will go back to the growth trajectory. I do hope that three actors who have to really play a very strong role in this is the regulator, of course, OJK, insurance companies like us, and our distribution sales force in building the trust back in the Indonesians. But I do think that we will go back to the growth trajectory sooner than we think. I think the worst is just behind us.
And it's the spirit I would like to keep the optimism.
Wow. There's a heavy responsibilities.
Yes, but a lot of responsibilities.
A lot of responsibilities, but there's a lot of problem that you have to face off to meet the expectation of your stakeholders anyway. How did you manage those expectations and the big expectations instead of numbers itself?
Yes, you're right. So running an organization is more than just delivering on your financial KPIs. You have the promoter score from the customer. You need to have a brand image. You need to have a certain reputation. You need to have a certain sustainability index too. At AXA, we are very serious about sustainability. So we also need to make sure that our employees are engaged in doing things for the society, giving it back to society. So there are a lot of elements than just running a company from balance sheet perspective. You're right. But I think that's what adds the fun bit to it.
Oh, wow.
If you were just chasing numbers and certain financial KPIs, then it's BAU then, right? And I mean, of course, BAU with challenges. But because it's such a holistic approach to the impact that you want to have, that makes the job even more interesting. So, like today I'm talking here. Yesterday we did Bookpur opening the Fast with orphanage, Yahya San Muslim Jaya.
Oh, wow.
And we called the kids, which was a very humbling experience. The week before that, we were, together with some women who have been potentially, victims of domestic violence. We have been doing beach cleaning. We have adopted villages for providing pure water. So I think those things are very humane part of running the organization, and for me that motivates me even more, because then I think that my work, my team's contribution, whatever we do, has a far-reaching impact than in just some PowerPoint slides. We're making impact on the people. And please not to mention that in any case, as insurance, we are here to, guarantee for the future, provide that risk management, provide that financial stability, provide that peace of mind that we are promising. So all of that makes us so proud working in that industry.
But you already mentioned about future generation. We have been talking about leadership, and then it cannot be divided each other, because we talk about generation, what might become. What do you hope for the generation comes in the future in relate to continue the sustainable principle to do that?
Yeah. So my hope is really that the future generation of leaders will lead with purpose. I think, and I already see that in AXA Financial Indonesia, majority of our workforce is Gen Z and millennials.
Yeah.
And they come with the natural, and we are so lucky with that, because they come with this natural mindset of challenging us, of not asking how much did we achieve, but what impact we have. These people are challenging the status quo on how we look at our impact in terms of just not the market share and the numbers, but in the people's life that we touch, how the benefits are going to enable the people. So I think I really hope that this will continue, that this generation would lead with purpose, will continue to innovate, be agile, because I think customers are getting more aware, and I think to keep us sustainable, we need to be on the ground, listening to our customers, and then innovating our style of, product design, about service delivery. And I think, I hope that these people are always as conscious and as responsible towards environment and society as they are towards the financial discipline of the company. I think that would only make them sustainable if they continue to care about the communities that we work around, the environment that we operate in, and talk about topics that will affect them.
Wow, that's very beautifully.
The key message for all, both of us anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me that you both are Gen Z and I'm the old one.
Oops. Oops. Okay. So something out of my blue anyway. I have a questions. Last but not least. When we are talking about the professional, you are so amazing. Let me talk to the personal things. What are you doing in your free time to boost your energy during this holy Ramadan?
So I think I'm very keen on physical exercise. So I make sure that the days that I'm not traveling for work, I put in at least an hour of workout. So my workout ranges from running on the treadmill, 7 kilometers, to doing very regular classes of body combat, body pump, and cycling.
So that comes from the endurance for doing a business more than 7 years.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. I remember somebody asked me that, you already have such a tough day. Why are you putting yourself and doing like 2 hours in the gym? And I said, exactly, to get the energy for the rest of the day. And I think my team will vouch for it. The days I go to the gym and the days I don't go to the gym, I'm a very different person. So the energy is infectious and I carry it through the day. And I always tell myself that if I can do this run, despite being tired, despite being stressed, despite being not in my proper thing, if I can go through this run, then there's nothing that I cannot go through the whole day.
Wow.
That's my biggest motivation when I exercise in the morning. and I think it's more for my mental health than for my physical health.
Wow.
But that really puts me in a good place.
Sure.
Yes,
We'll follow your.
Of course,
Free time
in
anyway.
relate to sustainable, we need to start from the healthy
Yeah,
things,
sure.
right? That's a very
So
beautiful,
inspiring.
Ibu, to have you in here. A
Thank
lot
you,
of
Ibu.
message that we very optimistic to see how the future might come. And thank you very much for the noble work that you also share with to the country as well. So, Winda, do you need to say something?
Yeah, sure. There is the one statement that I want to close this insightful sessions anyway. Please prepare for what truly matters for your life and look at Afi for that one. Thank you, and I'll
Thank
see
you
you
so
later.
much.
Thank you
Terima
so
kasih.
much. Terima
Thank
kasih.
you.
Assalamualaikum
Thank you.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.